Amanda Munchies, and we are live here at the Bud Show, Lookout Mountain Labs, for a special episode with nothing but phenomenal women. I'm so excited for my guests here this evening. So as you can see, we're just surrounded by estrogen and good vibes. I love it. And we are going to talk about an amazing upcoming event. We are going to talk about your amazing product, right?
Yes.
And you're going to show us how to do some fun stuff with that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in case anyone is on air, either listening or watching, hopefully you're doing both because we're going to be on all podcast platforms. This is HiBuddy honey. I could turn it all different ways. I love this. I love this packaging. Who created this? So HiBuddy honey is one of our favorite honeys. We actually got to use this at the Battle of the Beverages, and it was my first time. So I am super excited about tonight, and we're going to get into all of that. But before we do, we're going to have all of the ladies here take a moment and introduce themselves. So if you ladies could, one at a time, tell our wonderful audience who you are and where they can find either you or your brand on social media, that would be most amazing. I will say, let's start far right. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. My name is Christina Duran. You can find me on Instagram at Stina's Shits or Fusion's Incredible Edibles. I am a chef. I have been baking since I was little. It's something I really, really love to do. So I'm really excited to be here and show you guys a really cool secret to make some sweet treats into candy for yourself. Let's see. Social media. Fusions_incredible_edibles.
Awesome.
Thanks.
And you are also the second place winner of our Battle of the Beverages,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
So
this
runner-up.
honey, I won second place on that contest with their honey. Made a cute little decor at the top, so I'm going to kind of teach you guys a little twist on that version today.
I think that honey might have been part of what sealed the deal on that drink.
Yeah.
I wasn't judging, but I'm just saying it was that freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes a garnish can really help make a drink, and so I'm super excited about this. Yay.
Yeah.
All right, who are you?
I'm Sharon Bronling. I'm one of the co-founders of HiBuddy Organics. We grow all organic flour. We have whole plant extract and dabs available at many of your local dispensaries for you who are card holders. And one of my favorite products and most of our consumers' favorites is our HiBuddy honey. It's infused honey. We've got regular strength here, which is 300 milligrams in 2 ounces, so it's very strong. And then for those lightweights like me, we have the microdosing brand, strength, which is half strength of this. So you can use a little bit less of this.
You say not for kids. I give this to my daughter. She is 21. And,
okay.
Yeah,
well,
she is
not for kids.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But this, when she was sick, in the tea, what a great way to help her sleep.
For sure.
So
that's what I do with it too.
Really just a light dose, because microdosing, right?
Yep.
So I wasn't
Yep.
like trying to get her all messed up.
Right.
She already
Just-
wasn't feeling good. We were just trying to help her sleep good.
Off
and
into
so,
La La Land.
yes, totally
Yes.
helped. Totally
Yeah.
helped. She slept good. It was
Yes.
awesome. What's this that I got in my hand?
This one right here, we're going to start coming out with a couple of limited edition flavors of honey when we can get our hands on it, because we use all natural, organic, well, you can't say organic with honey, but all natural, unfiltered Arizona honey. And this one here is our orange blossom that we just came out with, and that'll be available in limited quantities at your nearest dispensary. And then we'll have other flavors coming out as they become available.
Well, you can bring them on the show, and we will gladly taste
Yes,
test them for you
exactly.
anytime. As Amanda Munchies, I gotta say, I will taste test any product as long as it doesn't have coconut in it. Anything you bring me, I will be glad to try. This is to all people out there, just for now. I mean, you all here, but anyone, bring me food. I'm just kidding.
But no coconut.
No coconut.
So I'll remember no coconut honey.
Good thing
No
I forgot
coconut.
the cupcakes that I told you. They're coconut.
Oh, see, it was
There's
meant to be
a reason
forgotten.
to be that I forgot
See?
them.
So the flavor of coconut's okay, but the texture isn't for me. Isn't that
Gotcha.
weird? And you like to do coconut stuff.
I
You little
do.
sneaker, you do.
Because it looks cool.
I know, and it's a great little additive.
And they look so. I'm gonna send you a picture of them later.
Okay.
But some of them didn't have coconut. They had rose petals on top, but the flavor was coconut.
Oh, I
cake.
would have liked that. That would have been okay.
Yeah. But my nieces and nephews are gonna enjoy it tomorrow. They're non-medicated. They were
I'm so
non-medicated.
upset. This is twice now. This girl has teased me with food. I just gotta say, I might go hunt her down.
On camera, I owe her.
I might hunt her down. All right. Now I know who you are, my dear, and I am so excited that you're here because you have a ginormous announcement, right? I mean, I feel like you're kind of making it small right now the way you're looking at me, but I feel like this is a ginormous celebration. So what's coming up?
Thank you. So we are celebrating
Step
our
four.
1 year anniversary of Pink Kush Network on January 31st. We launched just a year ago from the day that we'll be celebrating it, actually. So Bud Carter's been there with us through the whole thing. So has Fusion Incredible Edibles, actually. They'll both be there again on Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're celebrating 1 year of events and community, and it's going to be a good time. We have about 40 brands coming out. We're expecting about 300 attendees, so it's going to be really
That's
fun.
huge.
I'm excited because we're going to be there.
Yes.
We got a lot of the businesses that we represent there, so our members are going to save on all their purchases.
Yes.
We got Tar Cutter is going to be in the building, right? We got Infusions, right? Is going to be there. Fusion, sorry.
No worries.
Fusion's Incredible Edibles. I was just mixing up my words.
No.
Sorry.
It happens all the time.
And then we're going to be there. Who else is going to be there? Tell us some other
We
companies.
have so many companies.
Name a couple.
coming. We have Cresco, Pura, UNDOO.
We love Undo.
Oh.
I saw Undo in action last night, by the way. In the
Ooh.
first 10 minutes, I was at Weed Bingo. Keep telling us, people. I'll tell that story, but keep telling us. What other vendors? What other ones?
It's so hard to think under pressure.
I know. I love doing that to you, too, don't I?
We have
Um,
Mad Turp Lab,
Yep.
Triton Smoke Shop,
Yep.
Nature's Medicine,
Yes.
Phoenix Cannabis Co.
Yes.
I
I would
have a
love
lot of
it.
brands coming.
Super fun.
It's going to be fun.
So the cool thing about your events is they are women oriented,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that's super awesome. So we have a safe space to kind of come together.
Just a comfortable place to like connect and consume pretty much.
I love it. And you have a consumption area and a non-consumption area. So when I was talking to some people, like at First Friday or whatever, they use CBD and they were like, well, I don't have my card. And I was like, no worries.
A lot of people think that they can't come until we let them know you don't have to have a medical card to attend just to enter the medicated zone.
Yep.
So we
there's
do
two
have
areas.
CBD dabs from Canna Hemp and then CBD flower from Tar Cutter.
Oh,
so
I love
that'll be
it.
stuff to smoke if you don't have a medical card too.
Super. So easy ways to medicate and great way to meet new people. So I think for me as a patient in the industry, I never went to a lot of these events before I was in the industry and actually like knew some people because it was a little intimidating. So I would just like to extend a welcome hand to anyone that has never been to this event. If they want to go and if they don't know anyone, I'm at the Bud Card table. They can come walk up to me and I will be happy to introduce them to some of my fellow Canna friends. And I'm going to put you on the spot because I know you're going to be there, Christina, and say that Christina at Fusion's Incredible Edible Table would do the same thing. So
And so will any of the Pink Kush
Yes.
girls. If you see someone with a staff lanyard or in a Pink Kush shirt, yeah, you can approach them.
perfect. So there's tons of people there to help. We also have Lauren with UNDOO who will be there. I'm sure Jimmy Joints will be there with Sorara. So those are nice people in our community. There's just nice faces. So don't let not knowing people ever prevent you from coming out. It's a great way to meet new people and learn lots of things. I know that's how I've met all of you amazing ladies. So I'm super appreciative. Yay. Okay, so where's your event? When is
Okay,
it?
so it is on Friday, January 31st from 6 to 9 p.m. at Unexpected Venue, which is off the 202 and 7th Ave.
Okay, so premium tickets gone.
Premium tickets are totally gone. We have free general admission left, and then VIP.
How much are VIP tickets?
VIP is $75.
$75 or general admission?
Yes.
Get them now. Is there a limit on general admission? Are you
There
capping
is,
that?
yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
probably sell out of them before, we won't be able to let people in at the door, so
So
definitely
if you're
wanna grab
watching
yours
right now and you don't have your ticket yet, you better go online
They're
and
free,
get it now.
so just go secure yours.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's an awesome event. So grab your girlfriend and sign her up too and come on out and say hi. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for providing a space for us to congregate and again, just be women and yeah. And yeah, wait, what does the... Ooh, we got questions from the audience. You didn't even know this. They're typing in and we're reading it magically. Who knew? You can't see it, but we can. So what's in? Is there a swag bag for premium and VIP?
Yeah.
So what are some of the goodies that might be in some of those bags? Do you know? This is on the spot stuff that Jasmine
We don't
hates.
we're not advertising a lot
Okay.
of it this time like we did last time, but
Okay.
we definitely have goodies from a lot of the brands.
From the brands out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing that I can tell you is all surprise.
I love it. I like surprises.
We
So.
decided not to advertise them this time and just let it be a surprise. Plus, a lot of the vendors are going to be handing out medication that you can add to your swag bag. So.
Ooh, and if you don't get a swag bag, but you're attending, if they're handing out stuff, then that's
You'll still go home with plenty of stuff. People leave here with bags full. So
I'm a vendor at the event, and I typically leave with a couple goodies. So, and that's even being behind my table most of the event. So, and at the very least, if I don't get to leave with some goodies, as I mentioned before, at the very least, you get to meet amazing people. So I think far above the stuff. Which don't get me wrong, everyone loves stuff.
But that's
and especially if the stuff is meds, by the way, because we definitely love discounted meds because meds are expensive. So let's just be clear. But besides that,
we're not selling anything.
No. But I'm just saying, it's nice when you get a dab that's not, you don't have to pay for or
patient to patient.
Yes,
medicine is really great.
Love it. Yes, thank you.
We have lots of dab bars, lots of flour and edible samples. So lots of stuff for patients to sample.
And you can try. So if you've never done a dab, you can do your first dab bar.
And if it's too much, you can go to UNDOO.
That's right. I love it. Okay, awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate you so much.
Yes,
you don't have to go anywhere, by the way, because
I'm going to jump off while I do your cooking thing.
Yeah, I hope that you stay around and eat some of these goodies. Yay. Okay. So before we talk about the honey, are you going to leave us be?
I would leave the chef to her.
Before we talk about the honey, we're just going to pull this a little closer to you. Before we talk about the honey, I just want to tell my quick UNDOO story last night.
Ooh, yeah.
So I was at, are you going to come on the camera for this one?
UNDOO was there because of moi, so yes.
Yeah, okay, so UNDOO is at the event and you left to go to
But
another
I made
event.
sure to bring
You
lots
did.
of samples
You did.
for the
thank God.
patients, yeah.
So about 7 minutes after you leave, I mean, it's pretty beginning of the night.
Yeah.
Someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, do you have any UNDOO? Because there's someone over there who really needs it." And I was like, yeah, hold on, let me see. So I go to my purse and I find my UNDOO, which by the way is like my emergency UNDOO, but I graciously share with everyone.
I have an emergency.
Right? Jimmy makes me carry it. So, and then I'm glad I do because I can share with everyone and anyone because there's always someone, right? So someone else, and I'm horrible because I was so medicated 10 minutes in that I can't remember who it was for this whole entire event of happenings. Someone said, "Didn't UNDOO just drop off a ton of stuff on the table?" And the person said, "Oh!" And so they went over and got that. And I got to put my UNDOO back into my purse. So the guy, I'm not going to name names, but the guy is over kind of, I'm going to say slumped over a little bit. He's medicated. He's feeling it. And they give him the UNDOO.
Okay.
Now, I wasn't timing it because I love y'all, but I was trying to set my stuff. I'm guilty of
you're
not
doing
working for UNDOO. So I'm there just doing my thing. But later on, I'm over at the tamale table with Miss G's sister, and sure enough, there he is, all puckered up and normal. And I was like, "Well, don't you look better?" And he was like, "I know. I took that UNDOO." And I was like, "You better tell them because they're going to want to hear this story."
Yes.
So UNDOO is just an amazing product. I got to say again. And the reason why I really want to highlight this is because we're talking about medicating. And so when we're talking about medicating, it's important to have solutions around you in case you get too medicated. Because as we've talked about in previous shows, I might take a tablespoon of this today, and it might be very different on my body than what it is tomorrow.
Exactly.
It could depend on what I've done in the day, what I've eaten, what my diet is, how my body is actually feeling. So there's so many components that go into it. You never know when you're going to need to just be okay.
Yep.
And so, I just got to say it's amazing to have UNDOO out there. Everyone's a skeptic of this product. I got to say, I see it over and over again. Everyone, does that really work?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yes.
It can't work. No. It works. It works. I have seen this work over and over and over again, and it's worked on me. It's also look. I got a mom over there. So the UNDOO is a great product, and like I said, when you're medicating, especially edibles, sometimes they can just hit you
out of the
blue. So it's good to have a solution.
Safety net.
So we love our UNDOO. I can't believe I don't have one. We love our UNDOO. And just want to say a huge shout out to Jimmy Joins for all his support and coming up with such a great product. Him and Sarah are absolutely amazing. They sure are.
Awesome. I'm gonna leave you ladies to
Okay,
it.
yeah,
Enjoy.
we're gonna get to it.
Yes.
All right. So, what do we got? What are we doing?
Well, no, she already has the honey. Usually when I do it, I add the meds at a certain. Once I pull my candy, I'll add my meds in there.
Oh, so if the honey wasn't if this was non-medicated honey, for example, and you were to use this, then at what point would you add the medicine? What temperature would it be?
So it'd be after you pull the candy from. That way, the heat doesn't rise anymore. You pull the honey, and I can let you know when it's that time.
When we would do that.
But I would use I get these, and I have a bunch of these, and they're just measuring cups, but they're like the stainless steel or metal, so that way I can put it on the stove and warm it. And I always put a little bit of coconut oil with my meds just to kind of get it nice and diluted, so it's easier to work with. And then I always put it, those little, where you baby meds, the little syringe things. So I'll slurp it up with that, so I have it all ready to go. And then by the time I pull my candy later, I'm able to squirt the meds in there and then give it a good mix around real quick before I pour it in, whether I'm putting it in molds or making a funny design or something like that.
Okay.
So today we're gonna, I'll show you guys to put some in some molds. And then I just bought this general square mold, and then we have these mats out, so we can just do some funny little designs where you can put on your tea. We'll even make some little sticks for the tea. If we have enough honey, which we look like we might have a good amount of honey.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna start to open this.
So I have my candy thermometer here, and then a smaller pot is always best to use. You always want a really good one that's not gonna, the stuff's not gonna come off the bottom because you're working with candy. It's gonna get really hard.
Okay.
But I have a technique to easily clean your pot and your utensils that won't take too long, because otherwise you'd be there for hours trying to get the candy off. But there's a secret to it.
Wow.
And is this one medicated or non-medicated?
They're all medicated.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So this one's the microdose, and then this one's the orange blossom, and this one and these ones are 300 milligrams each, and this one's going to be the regular.
Ooh.
So yeah.
I don't know which one you want to do first. But we can do.
I mean, we can mix them. We can do whatever. You're the chef, darling. So
I don't know how much time we got. We can do them all together at once. If you want.
am not the chef.
Or two. The big one and one of these small ones.
Sure. Do it up.
That way, All right, I'll do it. So I'm gonna pour it in.
I'm not touching. I have no gloves on. I'm not touching. I'm just watching. Unless I'm licking. Unless I get to lick the bowl.
Oh yeah, that'll be somehow.
So now the cool thing about this is, in theory, this could be made with non-medicated honey, right?
I make it with non-medicated honey a lot so that I can use the honey sticks for my tea. Make it microdose.
Do you want me to hold that upside down with the lid on it for you for a few?
I think we can just maybe.
Okay.
And then just
such a professional.
And then we can just go at that later.
Yeah, I'm game. Yes.
And then this one, I know this one was a flavor one, right? So I wonder if we should mix it and give it a nice twist. I'm down. Are you guys down?
Yeah, let's do it.
Everyone's down. You're yeah.
So this one came out today. So this is brand new. Yes. Now the good news is this big one was a microdose. So this one was 120 milligrams.
And we don't have regular honey around, do we?
Well, what is no?
Right, so
I'm like, what do you mean?
We're gonna be able to take some of these pieces home later.
You mean non-medicated when you say regular? Because I was like, it's all regular honey.
Well, I'm gonna put this. Oh wow, look at how pretty this is.
Oh wow, look at the color on that.
I like that color. Oh yeah.
You can see the people who are here with a very small audience, but in the background they can smell the honey.
Ooh.
I wonder if they're beekeepers.
Ooh, beekeepers in the house.
Ooh, now I want to lick that one. Yeah.
All right, and now we can actually put it on the stove. And so I'm going to put it on a medium heat, and it's probably going to take maybe between 7 to 10 minutes, depending. and it's gonna do a crazy boil thing.
Wait, it's going crazy boil?
Not like crazy, but it's gonna get like bubbly, and some people get like, oh my gosh, panicky.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not gonna burn. Could it burn?
If you have it too high of a temperature, it will definitely burn.
What happens to burnt honey? Does it taste good?
It tastes like cotton candy.
I was gonna say I had a dessert once
like
called burnt honey.
But like really, I mean, it can also taste like cough medicine. So, it's not good though. It's
okay.
not good.
So don't burn it.
Yeah, so don't burn it. So keep it on the medium heat. Don't think like, oh, I'm gonna cook it faster. No, that's not how it works. Just keep it on medium. And then we'll do it for about 7 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna pull it. We'll pull this one maybe about 275. When we'll pull it from there, take it out, and we'll do our little fun.
So this is essential, is having this.
Yeah, you could use
You
this
didn't
one
have
too.
this when you did the competition, did you?
No, I just eyeballed it in the competition because
Wow.
I was only allowed to bring one object, and I brought the parchment paper, and I was so bummed when there was parchment paper there in the kitchen, and I'm like, I could have brought the thermometer. But what I did was I practiced at home to kind of see how long it would take. And I eyeballed it. And I've been doing it for a long time with candy, so I can kind of smell it.
That's your like niche, right? It's the candy.
Making candy. So I can kind of smell it at a certain smell, and then I know when to pull it. Okay. And since it was such a panic that day at the contest, like I did overcook it just a tad.
I couldn't tell.
But nobody was able to notice. But I noticed it. We're our worst critics, so I noticed it, but it was completely fine.
All right,
so now we're going to put this on the stove.
To the burner.
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all are going to come with us. I think you might. You're going to come with us over here.
Okay, so
we're just going to be kind of cautious of those so that we don't pull those too much, but you got about a couple feet. You should be good. All right, so can we just turn this way so that they can see the thermometer?
And I'm going to leave this spoon right here so I can, even though like once it starts bubbling, I don't mix it around, even though you're going to be tempted so much to like want to mix it because you're going to be like, it's bubbling, it looks like
but leave it
to be mixed. Yeah,
okay.
Don't mix it.
Okay, so you've got this literally, she said medium heat. Everyone, I just want to be clear. This is on 5.
It's
literally, it's
crazy
right in the middle. 5.
Yeah.
Well, she said medium, and I was like, well, her medium might be different than my medium.
No,
so
medium
I think
is straight medium.
Straight medium is a really easy way to tell. So again, the honey is just kind of sitting at the bottom of the pan right now. It's not doing anything quite yet. I'm sure it's getting warm. You can see because the honeys obviously were 2 different honeys, the microdose and the regular, so you can see them kind of in there.
Yeah, and they're going to mix really well.
Will it? Yeah, they'll start to mix. I love it. What are some other things that you can candy besides honey? Is there other
there's different recipes and stuff that you can do, but I know with the honey it's better, like, you know, if you want to like low sugar or something just natural, the honey's always better if you want like a snack, or if you want something for your throat, you can make like cough drops. I brought the mold to do this course, but then I also brought a powdered sugar coating, so like some people want to like roll it in that afterwards so that they can put them in a bag and they won't stick.
Oh,
in case,
that's what the powdered sugar does.
Yeah, like so they won't stick, just in case you want to put them in the bag together.
So again, the thermometer here, we're still down, you know,
yeah,
the temperature's down here. Yeah. This is definitely going to take a few minutes. So I think part of it,
we have at least, like I said, 7 to 10 minutes.
Perfect. So any chef knows patience is part of being in a kitchen.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not a chef, that's probably why. But yeah, so we are just going to keep hanging out. So when you make like your lollipops, not to get any secret recipes or anything, I know you do more of a coconut base though, right? So does coconut oil do a similar thing in candy?
I use coconut oil. I use coconut oil just a little bit to do with the meds now.
Okay.
But like for the flavors, that they're all different. The recipes are different with different flavors.
Are those syrups that you're using though? I think I'm trying to figure out what kind you don't want to tell your base.
No, well, what it is I kind of like, there's average candy that's out there.
Okay.
And what I did is I went with more of like with my heritage type deal.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever had like a Mexican lollipop, and it's kind of like that little gritty, like it's not your average lollipop texture and stuff, and that's what I wanted to go for. So yeah, I can't get my recipe out.
Don't.
But
these are the prettiest lollipops.
Yeah, it's something. My recipe is really unique, and they always will come out with that gritty texture. Whether I make really fancy ones or I make my actual Mexican candy ones, they have that different texture, and nobody can quite like put their finger on it. And that's
what it is.
Right, yeah.
You've done an amazing. So I've had so many of your lollipops. I've been so blessed. But recently for Christmas, we did the canna products for the holidays, and we were lucky enough to have some. And you gave us a cherry one, I think, and another flavor, green apple. And I got to eat the green apple, and it was so good. Like the flavors are just on point. So I love the different things, and I love when you do the flower petals in there. Like it's just very unique and different. Yeah. So I think you've definitely kind of, like I said, hit a little niche there with what you do, and I love it.
It's really cool. I like just doing something different, but candy is definitely something that I realize that I can really kind of do and work with, and then doing it with honey is nice because, like I said, it's low sugar. You know, it's something more natural that you can have. And we do have it on, right?
Yeah, it's on. So it's moving up. It's definitely going up. So we're still under 100. And once it starts getting hot, it gets hot pretty quick, right? Doesn't it? Like
it goes at a steady. Since it's on medium, and steady. Okay. So slow and steady wins the race. Yeah.
Hurry up! No, I'm just kidding.
Because once it happens, and then once you pull it, it's like fast. Like all of a sudden. Well, with my recipe, there's different regular candy recipes that I've done and I've also seen, and it's so easy to like do it, and then they're doing it, but my recipe it's thicker.
Okay.
When I pull it from the fire, it's thicker, and so my time is like very short to do what I need to do with it before it gets hard. And
so once it's going and ready,
this one's okay. This one's okay because
okay.
the honey's okay.
Okay.
So we'll have an okay time. It's kind of thick, but not as thick as the recipe that I use, like for the lollipops. But
I feel like if I had planned this more accordingly with the 7 to 10 minutes, I would have had a 7-minute joint where we'd be standing right here away from the honey while it heats. This is how impatient my brain is. It's just a snow globe in there, stuff running around. I know.
You want to light a joint?
What?
You want to light a joint?
Light a joint, Jasmine. Light a joint. Oh, look at this. And the joint fairy comes. There is nothing better than that. I love it.
Fairy. Oh, yeah, ma.
So sometimes you just need a little bit.
Like normally I wouldn't do this, right? But it's just
we're eating them. Yeah, we're not selling anything. We're not, honestly, if you didn't have the gloves on, I would not be afraid, and I'd still eat it all. So there you go, people.
So funny.
Look at that. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you, wonderful goddesses. Yeah. So if we look at the thermometer now, look at that, people. By the way, it is now on digits, okay? I just gotta say, we have numbers. So what number do we want it to get to?
I want to
so calm and cool and patient. And I'm over here like the Tasmanian fucking devil.
Oh, you're so funny.
So what temperature?
I'm going to say today we'll pull it at 270.
Right.
There's different temperatures you can pull it depending on what you want. And this one, actually, this thermometer is cool because
it's starting to bubble over there.
Yeah, it's starting to bubble. And see, it's liquid. It came right off.
Oh, so. It did. Okay, so right now, it's at like 150, guys. Oh, and it is like slow and steady.
And see, it's
160. Dun, dun, dun.
But see how this one, it says hard ball, soft ball, firm ball, soft crack, hard crack. So there's different levels of like depending on what you're making. If you're making a taffy.
Oh, that's telling you about your what? Oh, look, and there's a chocolate melt thing on there.
Yeah. So like you can even if I pull, I'm gonna pull it at 270.
Whoa, look at
today.
this honey.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me pull. Hold on, I got it.
And see, I'm not getting tempted to stir it because I already know the deal.
Wow, people. I don't know if this is just. Wow. So right now we're at about 220.
Oh, the smell.
Yeah. And you don't want it to get, because it'll burn the meds off at a certain temp. But 270, we're going to make hard candy. But we can pull it sooner than that if we want to make more of like a taffy type honey, or honey we can actually mess with for a little while and like mold it with our hands and kind of do something. Wow. So that's these gloves. I'll show you guys, but 270 should be okay for me to maybe do some of that. Let's see.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to set this back here only so that when she's ready, she has her space. Maybe? Are we okay?
You want this?
Wow. I would be so nervous, so I'm glad you said to just let this sit.
I'm going to stir it a little only because I put a good amount in here.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I would say no, don't usually stir it. I'm just doing it. Like, okay. And we still have a little ways to go.
Yeah. So
but once it's funny because even with my recipe as well and normal candy, it'll get bubbly like this, and then after it gets a little bit hotter, it's actually gonna kind of go back down.
Really? And
Right.
talk about smell, like wow, that honey smells amazing. Like
It really does. Yeah, but it'll go back down. So.
pause to take a hit, and then it'll be done, baby.
And then it'll be done.
So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're at about 235, almost 240. So again, she's gonna pull this at a 260. You said, right? 270. Okay.
270, yeah.
And if this wasn't medicated honey, you would add the meds after, right?
Yeah,
Still
after
not
I
yet.
would pull it from the heat to not increase the heat, and I would let it cool for just a little. And I would actually give it a stir first, because with my recipe, I'd give it a stir first, and then it would like kind of activate weird and it'd get like weird bubbly.
Okay.
And then it'll go down. Then I put my meds and I stir it in.
Okay.
It's so interesting how it's like really a science.
Okay, so now we're at about 240. No, yeah. 240, right? Am I reading right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 240. We got 30 more degrees to go. I can count sometimes. What does this foam taste like? If you put it on your spoon, would it just end up being liquid? Is that what happens?
We can put some aside if that's what you want to do. It's
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Here, we can,
Oh no,
it's
look, it
just turning
liquids.
into-
It
yeah.
liquidates. Okay.
Yeah, it just looks like that right now. Yeah.
Oh. This could be a science experiment if it wasn't medicated honey, but we're not wasting this.
And that's why I say like it is really a science, because even like I said with my lollipops, I had so many times where I messed up. There was so many times where this is my lucky pot, by the way. I brought my lucky pot, where I messed up. I would mess up the candy, and then when you mess up, it's like you take 30 minutes to an hour to just wash your pot and your utensil and your thermometer because it gets so stuck on there.
And
but I found a cool way to like clean it up really good.
Are you cussing yourself out the whole time that you've done that? Because I cuss my if I
Well,
mess
I
up,
do
I'm
trial
like,
and error.
Okay.
I'm a trial and error person, so I would never get mad at myself. I
Okay.
would just learn from my mistakes.
Oh, you're so good. No, I get mad at myself. Yeah, I got all these Zen people around me. Nope. I'm like, ugh. Why did I do it like that?
Yeah, I do trial
I
and
do
error.
learn from it.
Because I'm like, all right, cool. I won't do that again.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it this way, and I'll make
This
my
way.
tweak. And that's just how you become a master at something, right?
Yeah.
You do it a lot. So.
Wow. So it really is like slow and steady wins the race, and you really need
Need
to have patience. Really need to have patience.
And I did this. I'm telling you.
In a hurry.
And in a hurry. And because my mind was like, what do I make for the drink? My mind went totally blank when it happened. Once it happened, it was a whole different story. And so I was like, I knew I wanted to use that as a topper anyways, no matter what. Because I knew presentation is key. And I just knew the honey would be awesome.
Yeah.
And I brought my own honey. That was my thing. Which there was their honey, so I was like, all right, I'm just going to use this medicated honey.
Yes.
So it was really awesome to see where we're at.
Yeah, because all of the ingredients were surprise ingredients, so no one knew what they were going to get.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. If people paid attention a little bit, like HiBuddy was sponsoring the event. So chances are we were going to have something HiBuddy there. Same thing when we did it in Florida, though. We, everyone had 1,000,001 questions, and I was like, you could watch the Arizona version.
I would have.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. We got this year's competition. You're going to win that one, right?
Ooh. Well, I was really nervous because I'm more of edibles. That was out of my comfort zone. So, I was competing against bartenders. So.
That was your second competition, though. And didn't you place in the first one as well?
Yeah.
Did you place in the top 3 in the first one as well, correct?
I was second place in the first one.
In the
Second
first
the
one.
best.
See?
By the way.
So,
Second the best.
so the Munchie Madness
That's how I look
competition.
at it.
And then also the Battle of the Beverages. And I love that you're representing and that you constantly come out and share your talents. And it's important to step outside your zone.
Yeah.
If you're only doing what you're good at or what you think you're good at, then how are you ever going to discover other things that you may have talents in?
And that's why I did the beverage too, because I was like, I just wanted to kind of like test myself, you know, put it out there and kind of see like what I can do. So the adrenaline was awesome. I loved it so much. I think we're almost there.
Oh.
We have until
We got what, like
bar.
8 degrees to go, people.
probably,
You know, I'm dying right now. Come on, honey, I'm rooting for you.
I know. I can pull it now, I guess.
No, you don't have to rush it for me. Don't change anything for me.
We'll pull it.
For sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then usually I boil some water in a pot when I'm at home.
Okay.
And that's because of my cleaning process.
Okay.
So I'll put
So you
this
would
here.
put that in like boiling water right now?
No, like so after I'm done, I rinse the pot in cold water, ice cold, so that the candy gets like hard. And then after it gets hard, then I put my hot boiling water on top, and then within 10 minutes, it's all. So see this one, it's still, we got bubbles going on here. We'll just wait till it goes down.
Okay, so we're stirring now, and that's okay?
Yeah, now it's okay. No, it's okay. See how the bubbles are going down? Because I want it to turn back into liquid form so that I can start pouring it.
Wow. How long does it usually take to go back down?
With the honey, it's maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, but regular candy, as soon as you pour it and do whatever you're doing, you can start pouring it in your mold.
Okay.
Honey is just different depending on what you use and what type of honey and all that good stuff. I could have poured it now, but I don't want it to be. I want it to be more like a clear.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
see that how it's
oh wow. So originally when you were, can I see that just to get a little bit closer for her? Thank you. No, I'm going to hand it right back to you though. I just really, if you were, wow. Like, wow. Okay. Thank you, Jasmine. This looks gorgeous. So you're just going to pour this?
Yeah, I'm gonna play with. Since this one's really loose. See mine, it's so thick, and I have to like. I start putting in my molds. This one I can kind of play with it for a little while.
Okay.
Until it turns back into the color that I want. That way, when I pour it, because if I pour it when it's all this color, it's gonna look like
That color.
And we can use some molds first. So I have some molds over there that I can use those first.
And then do you just pour it in the mold? Is that what you do?
Yeah. In any silicone mold is fine. Silicone's best. This one, if I was gonna fill the whole thing, I would put like a tray underneath it because then you're gonna have a hard time picking it up and moving it unless you're gonna leave it there.
Oh, got you. Like a metal tray.
Yeah, like a metal tray underneath it.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna fill a couple slots on here, and then I'm gonna do some cool little designs on these mats, silicone mats, so that we can use those on top of our tea and stuff like that. So you guys can get like kind of creative with it.
And you can use silicone mats or parchment paper, right? Either one of those work well.
Mm-hmm.
Silicone are these the best?
Silicone mats are really good.
Okay.
Yeah, but I use parchment paper.
Okay.
Usually. Yeah.
So you're still playing with it. I love it. Oh.
And see, when I was at doing the beverage show, it was a little bit firmer than this because I had done it a little bit more.
Okay.
And so, this one I'll put it right here, and then we'll put some. That way I can.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Doesn't it smell good?
So you can fill it all the way to the rim. You can
Yeah,
fill
I'm
it
just
halfway.
gonna fill little
you could
thin ones
do
so that we
small
can
ones,
have.
right? So everyone can kind of sample it.
Yeah, and then they're really strong, so. This one. They're pretty strong.
Now again, if you didn't want these as strong, you could use only the microdose honey. So you don't have to use the full dose HiBuddy honey. We have Sharon here, and never to call anybody out, but she is a microdoser. So I know, she would like made with only this as opposed to a combo. Am I right to say that?
Absolutely.
Okay, I love it, and I think that's
Also,
important though.
I'm gonna wait to pour it, but there's also another trick, and when you get it set, I'm gonna pour some water in here.
Okay.
There's a trick that you can do if you're kind of worried about how your candy's gonna come out. So I just poured some water in here, and then you can get your candy, because this one is kind of soft. Not that I'm getting worried about it at all, but if we need to put it back on the stove, we will.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So you put it in the water, and then we'll see. So this one's going to be more of like a taffy cut candy, but it's going to be really good.
Mmm.
Right.
Definitely taffy. Mm-hmm.
So we could have left it longer, and it would have been like really hard. But I didn't want to do that because I knew we were gonna talk a lot.
No, you're good.
So this is cool that it's buying us a little time, and those are thin, so they're gonna when they cool down, they'll be nice and.
It's in my mouth.
Because I wanted to do some little lines and stuff, so I'm gonna wait till this gets a little bit more cooled down. But so that's a test that you can do, and you can do that with when you're doing candy or even with the honey like this. You just get a cup or a bowl with regular water, room temperature water.
Room temperature.
Pour a little bit in there, and it'll solidify right
literally,
away.
like on the bottom.
And then you can pick it up to kind of get the texture going and see if it's something that you want. And you can do that while it's on the stove if you don't if you want to do that really quick to kind of test out, should I pull it yet and sort of not.
Okay.
And that was a technique that I was actually going to do at the beverage show, but my mind was totally gone.
Yeah, 30 minutes. and here you have some little dollops that you made too,
Christmas.
right? That came off of there.
Yeah.
These are so, look how clear that is. That's
It looks
so
really nice.
beautiful in color. It's such an amber. All right,
Okay,
so now
you
you're
see
going
this
to,
is
wow.
Yeah, it looks really good. And so what I want to do now is little tricks, and like I said, you can fill up molds and do all kinds of stuff with it, but I'm just kind of gonna go weird with it. So when I did the beverage show, I did this. So I had the spoon and I just kind of did these slashes.
Things you can do with HiBuddy honey. Who knew?
And
Look at this.
And then there's this other one that I do with my tea. And I just make like a swirl.
And then that'll kind of just pop up like that?
It'll pop up, yeah.
Wow.
When they get hard, they'll pop up for us. And obviously you can do these a lot better. I'm just kind of going with it right now.
No, this is awesome.
And then you come in here and do.
And then something big like this, you literally could set on top of a teacup.
Yeah, it'll
right?
kind of be a little thin so we can move it around.
Oh, that's so cute. So I think, again, one of the things we talk about on this show is dosing your medicine and how it's important to know your dose, understand your dose, learn your dose. And I think today there's this notion that you have to get really fucked up. And I don't think that a lot of us agree with that notion. So I think there's a huge group of us who use this as medicine who don't want to get as fucked up as possible. We want to get as medicated as possible so that we can actually feel good and function in the world that we're in. So I don't want to do a 3-gram dab hit because I probably wouldn't be able to go actually do shit after I did. I'm just guessing. I've actually never had 3 grams to do a 3-gram dab hit. Has anyone in the room done a 3-gram dab hit? And how successful were you at it?
I would have money on Jasmine.
1 gram. And were you pretty freaking medicated?
Non-functional.
Yeah, so 3 grams is just D to D, right? I'm so for me, again, I want to be functional. So to me, this is a great thing where my mom could do this. My mom could introduce this to my grandmother. My mom could introduce this to her man who's in a lot of pain, who doesn't want to smoke a joint. And again, we're talking as long as they're patients, just for no. I am talking very in general, but obviously in the state of Arizona, when speaking specifically of this, honey, we are talking about patient to patient. But it's important that I think as adults who are going to be caring for our parents that we know about alternatives, and I think cannabis is a great one. So I love stuff like this, and I appreciate Sharon for bringing HiBuddy here for us to do this.
I'm gonna use this one and cool it, and I'm gonna make a little twist. So
what are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna make a little stick so that you can put in your tea.
Okay.
I'm just putting it down because it was still too gooey for me to get on my gloves. But right now, when it starts getting a little solid, I'm gonna pick it up and kind of play with it a little bit. And so look at this spoon. You can actually dip this spoon right now in the tea, so we'll leave this out. And then you can also probably just put a little hot water in there.
Meds in there, right?
And it'll just melt away, and you can actually, drink this. I wouldn't waste that.
Yeah, I would never waste that. That's a whole lot of meds. That. Amanda Munchie will lick that thing, finger licking good, all the way to the end. Don't you worry. Don't you worry at home. We will not waste nothing.
Yeah. So these, once they get hard, we're able to pick them up. It's going to be together in a piece. Like I said, we can put it over our cup, kind of get fancy with the drink.
How long do you usually let it sit?
Depending, maybe
when
10
you're not
to 15 minutes. I like to let it sit for about 10 10 or 15 minutes. And I like to do that just so it gets nice and hard and I can maybe okay. And I know we didn't like measure out the dose and everything, but normally when I would do it, I'd make sure so I know the kind of accurate dose on each piece. Yeah. But today we're kind of just going with it.
And I think that's awesome as a real chef or someone who makes, you know, the like CBD lollipops and things for our community, right? It's really important that people know their dosing. Yeah. But I think if I'm making this in my home and I have a general idea of the dosing, I think that's pretty good. I think if I am going to like claim exactly what that is, that might not be so accurate. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you know how much you're using completely, just divide it about in amongst the edibles that you get, and usually you'll get on point of how much your dose is.
A rough amount.
Yeah. So these are pretty. I know we got like 300, and I don't remember how that much.
120, 420.
And I want to say these are probably maybe 2 of these combined.
See,
we're gonna be pretty medicated right now, but it's gonna be okay.
We're professionals. Don't do this at home unless you have UNDOO.
Okay. So this is probably okay. So yeah. So once it gets to kind of like a temperature. Oh, look, it was still kind of gooey. Never mind.
You should have left it longer.
Yeah, I should.
You had the Amanda impatientness on you. I passed it. I
totally did. I'll let it get like this.
Now you just gotta suck that off your fingers.
Now I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah. Now what are you gonna do? Will it harden even?
Yeah, it'll harden and then I'll twist it right now.
Oh, that's funny.
It is, but it looked like it was totally ready.
It did.
It looked like
it was just teasing.
So
you could also do this for those that are watching or listening at home. If you want to do this with the CBD honey, if you have the bud card, we work with a great company called CR World out of Florida, and they have a CBD honey. So equally able to make this. And then again, if for some reason you don't want medication at all, maybe you're anti-CBD and THC, which I don't know why you're watching or listening to the show if you are, but maybe you are and you just love my voice and the people we bring on. But if you're not, or if you are, then you can always use non-medicated honey as well. So I think you just made a mess in your hands.
I did. Look,
you did.
I'm just gonna take.
You're gonna have to lick. No, you're just gonna have to lick those clean. You better start getting down on those.
Yeah, you're right, huh?
Yeah, I just told the people we don't waste medicine. You can't prove me wrong. You don't have to really give it. See what I make people do? It's so strong. Good. Yeah, no, it's so good.
It's good though.
All right, so this was your first little piece. I don't have gloves on, people. Let's be honest.
Just us eating it.
I don't wear gloves. All right, so I'm gonna. Ooh. So then, would you just twist it? Like twist?
Yeah, like so. Once it's a certain temperature, you can actually start molding it around. So I'll have like a big piece sometimes, and I have it, and I'm just kind of moving it around, and then I make like these little twists.
And then does it go in my mouth?
Wait, is that one still bendy?
Yeah. And it goes in my mouth. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Well, we can wait till these cool.
Okay. Can you also put these in the fridge to make them cool faster or get harder?
You could do that too.
Look, I'm impatient. I'm just asking.
We can do that if you want to do that.
We did it with the suppositories. I got to ask about the honey. We just got to know, okay?
Oh, it is very strong.
Try this at home, people. Try this at home.
This one's strong. The honey's delicious. It's really, really good.
Hey. You hear that? HiBuddy honey is delicious, in case you don't know. In case you haven't figured this out or tried this wonderful brand.
It is delicious.
So
I can taste the meds in it. Like the honey's strong and good, but I can still taste the meds only because I make edibles lots. So that's what my palate's like. I look, but man,
I can taste it, but in a good, smooth way, not like an overpowering. I don't want to eat the honey.
It's really good. I like it a lot. It's really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
so yes,
we can put one of these in the fridge.
I don't know. Let's just experiment. Look.
Yeah, no, you can put it in the fridge.
Freezer? Someone's saying freezer.
Freezer. We want it now.
Look, I can do this and it won't fall off. How cool! Oh my goodness. Maybe I'm not the one to do this. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that one too. Here, no.
We can clean it up.
Oh, that's all right.
And then we'll continue. We can continue with the show.
We're not going to have very much, so we can actually take a. Let's actually come back over here. We're gonna take a medicated break real quick, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna break that honey out of the fridge, and everybody here, including Sharon, I'm gonna make her eat some. She's got to drive, so it's gonna be a tiny, tiny piece. Tiny piece. Tiny. So everyone here, she's like, I'm out. I'm leaving now. Everyone here is going to try this amazing honey, but we are going to take a quick break. And yeah, come back in just a few. Yay. Check in a few. That one. This one's way more important. You are